Pennsylvania wants to get into the plastics business. To some extent, it already has. There's a state-of-the-art polyethylene plant being built in western Pennsylvania, a propylene production facility outside of Philly. And then there's Trinity Plastics in Lewistown, part of a larger plastics manufacturing corporation called the Interplast Group.
Interplast first entered Pennsylvania about 4 or 5 years ago by acquiring Trinity Plastics. And we did so because it was a strategic location for us. Trinity has about 400 people. We hope to actually add to employment there.
What makes plastics so fantastic for Pennsylvania's economy? It needs a raw material that our state has in abundance, natural gas.
What Trinity does is they convert plastic into a end-use product like a plastic bag, like a deli bag, a front-end bag, a t-shirt bag, a trash can liner. And what we do is we bring resin in from our resin suppliers. That goes into a silo here, which is then melted down in a conversion process to make a film. And that film is then put on a machine that actually forms and makes the particular product.
I reprocess our
Lawmakers who are members of the Pennsylvania House Manufacturing Caucus paid a recent visit to Trinity to hear their story.
It's an industry where people can have successful jobs. A lot of the employees were here for several decades and made a career of it. So I think what's important is Pennsylvania have a good business climate and good business regulations, or less regulations perhaps, to help ensure these jobs are in Pennsylvania, and companies like Trinity, invest in this state.
Trinity Plastics traces its history back 100 years when it started as a paper bag manufacturer. Now its 400 employees produce more than 130 million pounds of plastic products each year. And even more impressive to lawmakers are these numbers. Including its other 2 Pennsylvania facilities, the Interplast Group has a payroll of $16.7 million and pays more than $325,000 in property and franchise taxes. It is exactly the kind of job creator Pennsylvania lawmakers want to keep in and attract to our state.
What was really eye-opening today is that Pennsylvania has all of these intangibles, and it's just not pushing these companies, the intangibles aren't pushing these companies over the edge to actually pulling the trigger and making the investments in Pennsylvania, so that, with the natural gas industry per se, we go from just having pipelines and wellheads to having large, enormous manufacturing facilities to create products that people use on a daily basis and provide great family-sustaining jobs and tax revenue so that our state can operate at an easier burden than for the people who already live here.
If you have a good workforce and you pay a good salary, obviously Pennsylvania could be a good spot. But a lot of it's going to depend on how the government responds in the future.